Now we're live.
We're
I think.
live. Looks like it.
Hello, hello, hello. Everyone, Mal here, Kevin down there. We're going to play some Almighty. Thanks for joining us. If you don't know who I am Mal. I am the owner of Keen Bean Studio. I am the illustrator, publisher, designer, developer of Almighty. Kevin is co-designer, co-developer. And we want to thank you if you backed Almighty very, very much, because it has already grown to be the biggest campaign that I've ever done. It's going to be a hard one to beat in the future, and it's just very exciting. A little worrying how large it's gotten. And now there's a lot more people. It's not just like me and a couple pals that are going to play this game. It's going to be a lot of people. So hello, Marcus. Nice to see you. As always, yes, but we're very excited. Very, very exciting. Oh, before we start, I almost forgot. Let us close our eyes and give thanks to the god of board game upgrades. May our cardboard be wood and our cards be acrylic or whatever. All right, so we're going to play a two-player game of Almighty. This is Almighty. We're not going to. I'll probably explain how we play it as we go along. I'm not going to do a full teach. We'll just kind of explain through kind of what's going on as we play. We're going to play with including the Maniacs and Monsters, which are actually called creatures because they're not all monstrous, but Maniacs and Monsters is too good of a title to pass up for the expansion itself. So we're just going to take these Maniacs and we're going to mix them right into the Mortal deck. A lot of the Maniacs and some of the Mortals as well, a lot of the act cards we have, a lot of the material in this is a prototype. This is still in development. The reason, by the way, that we're doing this on Tabletop Simulator and not in person, which would of course be preferable, is that Kevin lives in Wisconsin in the US and I live in Germany. And so we don't get to see each other all that often in person. So there is going to be temporary art and graphics that you will see. There is also temporary even effects. Some of the creatures and Maniacs are still in development. So some of that stuff we might change. So this is not a final build. I will be playing as the god of love. which I have to do that. Kevin will be playing as the God of Storms. And don't do that. We're going to set up here real quick. So we're shuffling these mortals. I'll bring some mortals out. Ooh, High Priest in the capital. First up, we're going to draw a prophecy, and Kevin's going to try hard not to look at mine. Do you have a second screen up where you see the stream?
Yeah, but I can avoid it pretty easily.
All right, good. Here's your favorite offering.
But I don't have to.
Oh, I am drunken.
I'm a bloodthirsty God of Storms.
All right. When we set up the God of Love, we put another second mortal out. We already give them a heart here. We get a power. That's here. And then you're going to put your storms out. Kevin is going to be first player.
I'll get a cloud in each land to start the game.
And we're going to put some creatures out. Ooh, we got the dragon. Some of this has temp art. This is Kevin's horrific bean monstrosity that he put together. We have the angel, which I did do art for, and I'm really proud of how it looks, but not showing it to you. We have a mermaid in the mountains. A mountain maid.
I'm also really proud of
Sorry?
The monstrosity. I'm also really proud of the monstrosity art as well.
Nice try. I'm not giving you credit on this game. Will-O-Wisp does not have the correct effect. I'm not using you. It'd be a ghost. Spooky ghost. All right, we've got the ghost. We have the mermaid, an angel, and the dragon. Now, I'm not going to do rules teach. I'm going to promise you now. Frank says, love the mermaid. So beautiful. Yeah.
He must have missed the dragon. He must have not zoomed in on the dragon for Frank.
Yeah, I don't think he's talking about your dragon. I wonder what I've been thinking about how to draw a dragon. I often try not to draw just like, I want to draw, when it comes to these kinds of things, I usually try to reference, make it familiar but different. Like I don't want to just draw another dragon that you've seen in any kind of thing. You know, the mermaids here are kind of spooky looking, which is cool. Happy with that. The angel looks like an angel, but not like one that you've seen before. So I'm just wondering with dragon, I've been thinking how to do that. Maybe I'll do like an Asian dragon style, like a long tail or something. I know that might be hard to fit on this little card. Or maybe I'll find some other, if anyone has a good dragon reference that is dragony without being Smaug, you know, from The Hobbit, then let me know. Okay, installing. I just know I'm going to lose, so I'm trying not to get started here. All right, shuffle up your deck, sir. So at start, we draw 5 basic acts. You're already good to go. All right, off to the races. Let's look at here who we have out on the board. We've got the Prophet, who has become a maniac, by the way. Wait, this isn't even the correct Prophet. The heck? That might be the one from the Mortal deck, not the Maniac one.
Sure.
So changing that out. We've got the, thank you. Ruchamarate. How did I do? We got the Royal, who can only be moved to the capital if they're going to be moved. We have the Smoke Signaler, who can poke another mortal on another land. We've got the High Priest, where the capital is worth +2. So the capital is already worth a bunch. We've got the Forager. When entering the forests, they add a blessing because they find mushrooms. And we have the Skeptic, who will, when poked, add -1 belief to anyone. All right. Kevin, over to you. Do your worst. Here in Sorry, just here in the mortal row, available to be created, we have the Mathematician, who is a humorously complicated effect, and we have the Saint. The Mathematician is a maniac, by the way, their expansion. Go ahead.
I've seen some questions on the Kickstarter. People are asking if there's going to be any indicator icon, if cards are maniacs or not. I know these don't, but you do intend to have a little like logo on them, right? So it's easy to to pull
Yeah, there'll
out?
be something like in the bottom corner there or somewhere nearby
Mhm.
where you'll be able to easily pick out which ones are there. Can't do it on the back side, obviously, but yes, they will be. You'll be able to separate them. Detonator asked, "What is the new profit effect?" Essentially, we're going to go back to what an old profit effect was. Initially, the profit in the game was you just draw another prophecy, which is great. It's fun. It leads to some really interesting and fun game situations. But we found that in early games, players like in their early games, players would tend to poke that very often. It became too obvious of a mortal to make use of, and that we found that's not very interesting. Usually, a mortal is effect. Their effect is interesting if it is not always good, but situationally good. And so we're putting the profit into the maniacs with that effect. The one that was there was score your prophecy. If it is true, score it now. And that one wasn't very interesting because prophecies actually do a lot of work making the board, keeping the board state dynamic. And if you score them early in the round, then you don't have a prophecy anymore, and it just flattens the game out. So that actually just wasn't a good effect. Rucha Marate, I got it right. All right, sorry, Kevin, go ahead. Take your turn, sir.
All right. I'm going to send a personal rain cloud down to the forager using this cloud, which I'm going to shoot over into the forest. And it's going to make this forager, he's going to be a liar. He's going to report back he can still find mushrooms, but that rain cloud's problematic for him. And now, because I have the most belief in the mountains, I control this mermaid, which means as a free action, once per turn, you can use one of your monsters. So I could just go ahead and have that mermaid feed on this forager. I don't think I'm going to do that. Instead, I'm going to have them send out a siren song and bring the skeptic over.
With the what's a good Little Mermaid Disney song for it to be singing? A whole new world.
That's not a mermaid song, right? It would be more like uh,
When you find yourself in times of trouble, Mother May comes to me.
yeah, that sounds like a siren song.
Are you done, or are you didn't take? So you can play 2 cards or 1 on your turn.
I am all done.
You're all done. Okay. Well, as you can see here, don't look, Kevin. I've got something of a tricky prophecy, but I have an idea. Or do I? All right. I'm going to spend a power. I'm going to bring a seductive vision down to the skeptic who's going to come into the forest tempted by visions. And then I'm going to smite this high priest. She loves you not, high priest, whoever she is.
The skeptic, presumably.
He goes into the graveyard. I can't have a priest around. All right, your turn.
Yeah, you're not going to use the angel?
I could, but the angel's effects are a divine message. For a second, I thought that said divine massage.
Sounds great.
That's a much better effect. All right, you heard it here for here first, folks. Is now going to be the divine massage or holy birth, and I don't want either of those things. So no, I'm not going to make use of the angel.
All right, so you don't want the forest to be valuable, apparently. Okay, well, I'm going to send a fertile shower into the forest. Prosper, forest people. And I'll send those clouds to the mountains and the desert. And I think I will.
Marcus asked, the high priest is +2, 2 + 1 = 3 glory.
I think we need the mathematician.
When the high priest is in the capital has an additional 2 value, basically.
Yeah. I'm going to use this mermaid again, another siren song to bring the skeptic back. The skeptic is being tempted everywhere.
Skeptic.
And then I think I will. I'm going to tempt the smoke signaler. The wind at your back. It's going to fly all the way over. It's going to leave the royal. It's going to follow the smoke, some windy smoke, all the way into the desert. And that's me.
Oh, man. I might have to pivot here, folks. I may have to pivot. All right.
I do think that the first phase of first setup step in the rulebook should be say a prayer to the god of board game upgrades. That felt really appropriate.
Let us join hands. Polypheme says, congrats on this amazing campaign. Your game is pure fun. I convinced a lot of friends to give it a try, and they all loved the role playing coming from each game. That's great to hear. I'm glad that you're trying it. It's always a bit preferable when I see a campaign that has a prototype on TTS or on Tabletopia or any of the apps that you can try out first. I like to try before I buy. And Almighty looks real nice, if I may say so myself. So I don't want to trick anyone into getting a game they're not going to enjoy. So hopefully this will go some way also towards dissuading anybody from buying this game, from backing this game, who will not enjoy it. If you're not going to like it, don't get it. But hopefully you will like it and you will get it. I don't think I see a way of doing this, everybody. I think I can. How many cards do you have left? You have 2 cards left.
2.
Oh. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to banish the forager into the forest. Now, they have to go find their true love. Obviously, that's in the forest. And then when they enter the forest, they add a blessing, which in this case, because they have -2, they actually just remove a curse. A mortal can't be cursed and blessed at the same time. So it cures them of their lying. They found their true love in the forest, and it makes an honest forager out of them. I just love that. That's just wonderful. And now I own the mermaid, and that mermaid is going to eat that skeptic. Yum! That mountain maid.
Tough arc for the skeptic.
I don't think there are mermaids in those hills. Famous last words. That's 1 card. Now, we need some pokeable mortals out here. I'm going to create the mathematician in here. And because of that, I get a point. Your turn.
All right. I just need to figure out how dangerous the mathematician is.
Do the math.
I'm working on it. All right.
All right. Detonator asks, was first place at the table changed from 3 to 2 because of Dan's Throw's review. Well, it's something we had seen before at Essen. We had seen a lot of players gunning for that first spot. It doesn't actually make a mechanical difference, a balance difference, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 stars. But the perception of the difference is everything. So reading Dan Thoreau's review, yes, was a big part where we kind of went back and thought, like, is this too appealing? Is it going to try and make people think that's the best thing to do? So much of game design that we've discovered, or that I have learned through this game, so much of game design is what the game is telling you is important or isn't important. And that's not necessarily have anything to do with balance or like componentry, or it has a lot to do with graphic design, like how things are laid out, the visual hierarchy involved, and like where things are located and how big or small or bright or dark they are relative to one another, for example. And this is one of those cases where like 3 in this game feels like a lot. I mean, our prophecies are worth 3 in the first 2 ages. 2 doesn't feel like all that much. And so, yeah, right now in development, we're looking at these both being 2, so that, which reminds me, Kevin, we forgot to block off the 2 spots here. I'll have to do that. We'll do that with these reminder tokens. Normally you would take the meeples, the god meeples from other unplayed players, and you put them there in a 2-player game. So there's only 1 spot. But I deleted all those from this mod, so we only have these tokens. So yes, it is influenced by Dan Thoreau's review. Yeah, that we were looking at that. It kind of reminded, it's something we hadn't seen in the testing until that point, and then him saying that reminded us, like, well, maybe we should take a second look and try and make it not so obvious. Because if players are doing that every time, then the game will, in the meta, then the game will start to flatten a little bit, and that's a shame.
Well said. All right. My turn. I am going to send a lightning bolt down on the forager. Sorry, guy. You weren't looking for your true love, but you found a lightning bolt. And now I own the angel, and the angel is going to bring a holy birth. Who better to holy birth than the saint? Which gets me my first glory of the game. And finally, I am going to create the fisherman, stormborn fisherman, into the mountains, way far away from home. I'll set this cloud to the desert. So that is the end of my hand of axe. My prophecy is that the forest should be more valuable than the mountains, which it is. The forest is 4, the mountains is 0. So I'll get 3 glory. And then I'm all done for the age, so I'm going to go sit down and get ready to feast.
Yeah.
Pick up 2 glory. And that is me.
So now it's over to me.
What's that?
You talking to me?
What'd you say? Are you talking to me?
I said it's over to me. Okay. I think I can do something here. So Marcus asked, what does the math mortal do? The mathematician gains X belief, where X is the number of mortals in this land, divided by X in the most populous adjacent land, rounded up. So this is a maniac. This is just kind of for fun mortal, although it can be quite good in the right situation, but you have to do a little math to make it right, to make it work. Okay, here's what I think. I need to get them. I can't help but talk out loud when I play this game, and so Kevin has insight into my thinking anyway. I need to use this dragon. I'm going to use the dragon. I have the most belief in here. I control the dragon, so I'm going to use them to pull. They're going to hoard. They're going to gather around them the prosperity. I guess like they fly out thematically. They fly out and go steal a bunch of gold from the forests and bring it back into the islands. And that is because the huts represent in Almighty represent both like abstract prosperity of the lands, and also they are also physically huts. As you can see, the dragon hordes by like they're gonna pick, the picture will have like them on top of a pile of gold or something, or like in front of a cave full of gold, something like that. So they're like pulling prosperity, which in this case is gold, from other lands into them. And then burn is just burning the huts. They're just like lighting the huts on fire. I'm debating whether to do burninate. So if anyone gets that joke, sounds like Kevin does not. If it should be burninate, sound off in the comments.
Somebody explain it to me.
Okay, you've got 4 here. You're going to win the forest. You're going to win your bloodthirsty skull. I need to win the mountains. I need to get this offering because I am drunken. All right, I think we changed that to thirsty, right?
I thought we changed it from thirsty to drunken,
Oh,
but
really?
we can change it back. Yeah.
I don't remember. Thirsty, thirsty god of love. Now that does make sense on so many levels. See, Detonator gets it. Make the dragon look like Trogdor. Trogdor, Kevin. Come on.
It's another one that's just above the head.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to overtake in the mountains. We have 3. Kevin only has 2. We're going to create the Acolyte here. They give us a point. And then we are going to, this is not going to be true no matter what we do, right? I do have more belief here. That's what we'll do. We use the mermaid to siren song. Oh, say, can you see? Brings the saint over.
That brings the saint over?
Oh, yeah.
That's what the saint's looking for? Wow.
Yeah.
very, very patriotic.
Mountainless land of you know, the mountains, the brave, and home of the free.
I guess so.
And then this.
Wait, you've used 2 monsters this turn.
Oh shoot, you're right. You can only use 1. All right, they're not as attracted to the.
I knew something was off.
Sound of America, as you thought. Frank, I think it's great that you're taking all the feedback of backers, players, and reviewers. That's the job. Anyone who doesn't do that is doing it wrong. Thank you, though. Marcus asks, use the monster replay the act. No, so what happened was you can only use a monster in a land where you have the most belief, more than any other player, and you can only use their effects once per turn. That was the rule that I had forgotten. You can't just use any number of monsters that you own. You can only use them, only use 1. So I prefer to use the dragon to move the hut out and keep this capital feeling a little unstable for the next round, rather than the saint. Kevin can have them. All right.
I think that answers the next question in there too.
Yes, you're limited to 1 monster use per turn. That's right. Okay. So that's it. I don't get a feast seat. I have a feeling I'm going to be wrathful. I win the, let's do some festivals. Mortals have a festival.
Time.
In the islands, they have a festival with their dragon friend, the royal and the mathematician. And I get some incense as well as 1 point. +1, +1, -1. Kevin wins the forest.
Forest festival, so I get my skull, which helps quench my bloodthirst. I think that's why we changed it from thirsty, because we already had bloodthirsty.
Which we didn't want to change. It's better.
Right. And the forest is worth 3 glory, so I'll go up to 9.
I win in the mountains, which is worth 1, because again, it's 2 minus 1. And I get this, my thirsty pot. 1.3.
And then I win in the desert, so I get some incense and 1 glory for that smoke signaler who hasn't done much yet. So you're right, you are wrathful.
I am wrathful. So when you're 5 or more points behind the leader, you're going to get some, well, you always get mighty acts at the start of the second age here. So we're moving into age 2, and you get 1 mighty act. And which kind you get, whether you are wrathful or merciful, depends on whether you're 5 points behind the leader or not. Kevin is obviously not 5 points behind the leader, which means he is merciful. He's feeling merciful to the mortals. I'm feeling wrathful. I'm not very happy with the mortals. I'm going to draw this wrathful. And then we draw the remaining 5 acts from our basic deck and a new prophecy. I get first player. We scoop up these acts. All right. Now it's over to me. This is...
Trying not to look at your hand.
No,
I didn't see
look.
it. I didn't see what it
I'm going to make it as big as possible as well. Okay. Man, I wish I was the god of the dead and could resurrect that high priest again. Marcus, I see 2 piles. Should there not be 4 piles, 2 for each god?
The mighty act pile. We just have the wrathful and the merciful ones in one stack right now.
Yeah, we usually just throw them all together because they're pretty easy to distinguish on the backside. Those are all, yeah, see, that's the difference. So you can just kind of look through the deck, and there's not really a need to keep them all spread out. Okay. Oh, crap, we have no power.
Well, you've got the Acolyte.
Yeah, but I don't want to play that act there. Okay, the Acolyte, as he was referring to, acts here cost -1 power or equivalent. This is also a Maniac because this is a very good mortal and does not belong, has no business in the base game. Okay, so it's time to spread some love. There's nothing for it. Time for these people to get busy. Here, you get your meeple back.
Oh, thank you.
Time to get busy. Let's do this one.
Talk about a thirsty love god.
That's my love song. Okay. We're going to spread some love. Frank asks, is the solo mode also available on TTS? Yes. It's not in this. I deleted it from this file, but yes, it's on. You can play it on TTS. Free Will Atonement. Still under development. There's still stuff in there that we're changing actively, but you can get an idea of how it works. Did I interrupt?
There's just a little bag that has all the solo stuff in it. Sometimes it's hard to find it.
You'll find it right there in the normal mod. Okay, we're going to spread love. Now, the God of Love has this power. They can spread their heart tokens, which is how they get power, because when the heart tokens leave their board and go onto mortals, it reveals this power symbol, and that's how they gain it. And we can spread love in as many lands as we want, as long as there are pairs in that land, pairs of mortals. Mortals and monsters sadly cannot fall in love in Almighty. Not yet.
Not yet. Hold on. Let's get out a notebook.
You play card face down to take these actions that are down here. And we can keep spreading love. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put...
Mermaid. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
I'm gonna put this stanky love. This is the quality. So that the hearts have either a +1 or -1. That's what the red or yellow stars mean in terms of value on the land. They add that to the land itself, and it represents thematically the kind of relationship that the mortals that have been joined up are in. So the royal and the mathematician are just having a terrible, toxic time together.
You know the
Whereas,
type.
whereas the acolyte and the fisherman, they like each other just fine. I mean, it's good that the fisherman is in the mountains, what with these mermaids everywhere. Anthony, hello, Anthony. You haven't met him in person, Kevin, but Anthony has helped me out at almost every convention. So if you came to visit us at the UKGE or Essen in the last few years, you've probably met Anthony. He's the best. So that's two hearts
You
out.
said about me?
Sorry?
You said I was the best.
You're the best next to Anthony. I've said this. How many times do I have to say this?
I always stopped listening after best.
All right. Now I'm going to spend 1 power. I'm going to take my next act, which is Population Boom. Start of turn. Anthony says he didn't want to come between us.
That's what makes him better than me, I suppose. I see it.
You did want to come between me and
Anthony. I did. That was my first question when Mal brought me on, was how do I get between you and Anthony?
How does Anthony get out of this picture? All right. Population boom. At the start of my turn, I create a mortal here and add 1 belief.
It's crazy. Just crazy. Ugh. All right. I'd hate to have a prophecy that dealt with the forest. All right. It's my turn, yes?
What you got, Stormy? So the Storm God has to play. They don't have this power requirement that the other gods have. They don't use the power tokens. The Storm God has these big thunder clouds, which serve as their power. And their acts, as you will see, generally require spending them, which means moving thunder clouds around the map. So the big part of the Storm God's puzzle is setting themselves up for future turns.
And now that you know that, forget everything you heard because I'm playing a cloud blanket into the islands.
Temporary artwork alert.
Yeah, so the cloud blanket lets me ignore cloud costs in this land. So I no longer need to spend clouds or use clouds to play acts into the islands for this age.
You want something with the islands, huh?
I do. And I'll probably signpost what I want now that I have control of the dragon, who's going to go hoard this hut and bring the capital in. So now the capital is in the islands. And I think I will stop there.
Oh, you're in trouble. Wait, are you in trouble? All right, start of my turn. Create a mortal here and add 1 belief. We could add the outcast and get a point, or we could add the zealot, who will not get a point, but add towards the value of the land. We just top deck it and see what happens. I'm going to top deck it. Oh, the tyrant. Yes.
It's a maniac.
Another maniac. When in play, the entire capital land is worth 0. Nice. And I get a belief on this card. That's great because obviously Kevin wants the islands up. His prophecy.
Or does he?
Or the capital up. Or maybe you planned this whole thing and you planted the tyrant there. Could be.
Machiavellian.
All right. I'm going to spend 1 power. I control the angel as well.
It could get totally wacky if you constantly create life and constantly create life. Your population boom and your angel. You could see a lot of mortals.
I should have seen that combo. I could have used the angel to create the zealot. Or sorry, use the population boom to create the zealot, and then use the angel to poke to send the zealot a divine message, a divine massage to go into somewhere I want them. I guess I can still do that later. That is cool. Okay, and then the mermaid can tempt and feed. All right. We're going to spend a power. We're going to create with a virgin birth. The acolyte and the fisherman, they could not have children, sadly, but the mermaid gave birth to 2 mortals, the outcast and the zealot. I get a point for that. And I'm going to stop there.
Okay. I don't believe you used a monster, right?
Oh, crap. Sorry. I didn't. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
I will. Do I want to do Siren Song? You're just going to keep bringing huts over there, aren't you?
I'll never tell.
I better bring this tyrant here. No, he's going to eat the outcast. Forget that. Mermaid ate the outcast.
All right. I am going to banish the fisherman. This traditionally would take a power or a cloud to go whoosh, but the acolyte helps me in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to send this fisherman over to the islands where they're blessed. That's where they've been trying to get to all along. And that makes them rich. Rich with fish. I'm going to sneeze.
They're fish
at some
rich.
point. All right. And then I think I'm going to play wide here. I am going to bless the smoke signaler with the end of a rainbow. That's where you get rich, but they instead are humbled because the end of the rainbow is not actually a pot of gold. Spoilers for anybody still reading that book.
Along the way.
And that took me a cloud, which I'm going to send over to the mountains. Okay. Now I've played 2 acts, but I have a couple monsters I'm in control of. I'm going to use the ghost to spook this smoke signaler into. Just kidding. I'm not going to use a monster at all. I'm done. Your turn.
Okay.
But I just want you to know that I have control of monsters, and I can use them at my discretion.
Yeah. Okay. My turn. So population boom. Create the water finder or the gossip. I think I'll top deck. Faith healer. When blessing here, gain 1 belief. Well, I already get a belief because it's a population boom. It can't be stopped, baby. Now I have control of the angel. There's no pokeable mortals in here, unfortunately. They won't listen to the angel's massage. But I could create another one. I have a devious plan. A devious plan. A dastardly plan. Should I use that card to do it? Oh, I need all three of these cards. Do it, Mal, says Anthony.
I wouldn't listen to Anthony if I were you. I thought we swore off Anthony once I joined the picture.
Okay. It's hard doing this with an audience. It's so much harder and so much more stress. Okay. We'll use this one. Yes, this is what we'll do. So we're going to use this one. We're going to spread some love. The Acolyte and the Zealot. I mean, that's match made in heaven. Let's be honest. They're going to get
it's a match literally made in heaven, right?
Literally.
I guess, depending on our belief system.
Then the Saint and the Faith Healer. Again, it's just cliche city over here. I assume you're going to do something about the Tyrant. You haven't done anything yet. We'll see. I was kind of hoping you would do something about them. Anyway, that gave me 2 power. You have 3 cards left. Should I just wait? Should I bide my time? No, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to do this now. I'm going to ask the mortals of the islands to be fruitful and multiply. There I shall create a gossip. Who sucks? And now I own that dragon. That dragon is mine. And I tell it to burn. Burn, I say. Burn that hut. Your turn. Ooh, the Monster Hunter. Another Maniac.
All right.
Come with this. And they let you ignore creatures here. Useful if you feel like a player is getting too much use out of a monster.
Okay. All right. You have one measly little basic act left, huh? My goodness. What to do? I think I will start by...
How many do you have? 3.
I think I'm going to send a significant cloud down. Look at that cloud. Look how significant that cloud is. It's going to poke the Zealot. And the Zealot is going to run over
relationship
to the islands. Sorry, babe, gotta go. Look at that cloud. It's time to start smiting.
Moves and then smites all other unworthy mortals at their destination. Good use of them for the islands.
So that would be the royal and the gossip. And that's it. Okay. So that is 1. And that this significant cloud just required a cloud, but I did not use the cloud, so it stays put.
The little scroll icon means you have to play into the land where that thing is, but it doesn't. In this case, you wouldn't spend it. This symbol means you have to spend or move the clouds. It's a bit of a temporary icon, but
and I'm gonna hang out. So I guess I could engage with that ghost, but I don't think I'm going to. So over to you.
So I have this card, which I don't think I want to use it. So, oh, population boom. Create a mortal. Oh, tongue speaker. This one was inspired by a backer of the campaign. When we were all speaking in tongues during the plague of ignorance. First half of the campaign backers know what I'm talking about. Everyone else being like, "What are you? What do
the Old Testament."
So when blessed, you may poke another mortal here. This guy.
Wow, the tongue speaker and the faith healer are just waiting for blessings.
Yeah, if only I had them. So this is right now worth 2. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, got to do it though. I'm going to spin this face down. I'm going to create the monster hunter in the deserts. Making my prophecy true. The tongue speaker, unfortunately, the population boom worked against me there. So it had made the value of the forest the same as the value of the deserts. And so I needed to correct that by reducing the value of the deserts. So that's 3 points for me. 1, 2, 3. And I go out first. Bam, that's another 2.
Frank asked a question about which gods
Can I
to play
recommend
with.
which combination should be used in a 2-player game, but do all combinations work equally well, make the gameplay equally different? It's a good question. Kevin and I, the reason these 4 gods were chosen, there were quite a few that we had kind of come in and out of the design at various stages of the past few months, mostly because we couldn't quite get their puzzle working. But another reason that this quartet settled pretty early on is because they make a really nice foursome, for lack of a better term. The god of love and the god of the dead are what we call intimate or like mortal focused gods. So they are much more, the god of love, as you can see, is like pairing up mortals on the lands. They care very much about mortals, which ones are in which places and which ones are paired up with which other ones. The god of the dead cares very much about bringing them off the board and back on the board, resurrecting and using ones that are in the underworld. So they're very mortal focused. When those two are together in a game, it is very head to head. The god of storms, the god of the sun are the other side of the sort of scale, the godly scale of spectrum, where they are much more interested in sort of the larger board state, the like what we call an epic god. So we have 2 intimate gods and 2 epic gods. When you're playing with just sun and storms, you care a lot less about specific mortals. I mean, apart from you still have pokes and you're still interfacing with all their effects, but they don't matter to your system specifically because the sun and the clouds kind of are above, obviously, the rest of the gameplay. So we like to play generally with one or the other, like one epic, one intimate. We've played a lot of games with death and sun, and we played a lot of games with love and storms because they have a nice kind of balance in that way. But if you play with, they're all playable together, but we just think that having these pairs bring a nice, you get both ends of that sort of godly scale spectrum. But I wouldn't say that that's better. It's just, I think also part of it is this is just the way that our the mod has been set up that the god of love is here, storms is here, death is there, and sun is there. And so we just happen to play that way more often. Yeah, but I think, yeah, it makes for great variations. Exactly.
Yeah. I would say no set recommendation. All right, you ready for this? We've got big plans.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Thundering voice, a little bit more direct than a significant cloud, but it's speaking to the zealot nonetheless. The zealot is going to head over to the forest and take care of that tyrant. And the tongue speaker, short-lived tongue speaker.
Their days were numbered.
Yeah.
Tongue speaker unworthy. Oh, because you would want to bless them. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then I don't move the cloud because of this cloud blanket.
Right.
And
generally, the reason that these are formatted a bit different is that the ongoing effect, you can kind of, when you're stacking the cards this way, you can still see the ones with ongoing effects, even if you keep playing.
And now then what? For my final act of the age, I'm going to...
Currently, I'm winning ties in the mountains and the deserts, so Kevin's going to have to choose where he wants to take over. Probably the mountains, because I favor the drink.
Yeah.
I love me some drink.
I'm going to get rid of the Acolyte. The Acolyte scares me a little bit. Just, it's a powerful card. I think it's more beneficial for the Love God than the Storm God. So I'm going to send an Unfortunate Gust to the Acolyte. And now, because I control the Mermaid, I can send a Siren Song out, which I think makes sense. I think I'm going to send the Siren Song out to the Faith Healer.
Dang it.
Some of this glory.
Oh,
and
well done.
then my prophecy is that the islands is more than the forest. I think we were in direct conflicts like that whole age.
Oh, yeah.
But the islands is now more than the forest. So that's 3 for me.
It's bad news, folks.
2, 3. And then I don't sit down anywhere at the feast. I was late to the feast, sitting on the floor.
But it's still going to pay off for you. So anyone wondering whether first player's out of an advantage, watch this. All right. So Kevin, Festival in the Islands with the dragon again. No more Tyrant. The capital is now worth its full points. 1, 2, 3, 4 points for you, plus a little bit of incense for you there.
1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to be a smelly god.
I do win the Angelic Forests for 2 points and some gems. You win the Mermaid Mountains.
Yes. So I'll get your Ambrosia and what, 2 glory?
2 glory. And this is, you're tied here, but I beat ties because I'm out first, which means I get 1 more point at these gems.
That's H2.
All right.
So Mighty Axe go away. They're one-time use. And then Basic Axe get shuffled back into the draw deck.
I'm still wrathful.
It's really unfair. Mal's doing like all of the comment reviews and narrating, and I'm just sitting back here scheming. And I blame Anthony for that. I'd say Anthony is distracting you.
Yeah, handsome Anthony. All right, final round, final age. Let's see if I can turn this around. A bad start.
1913? Okay.
I've come back from worse.
Very true.
Okay. You go first.
Oh, all right.
Thanks, Sam. Good to see you.
I am going to. Where are my clouds? Oh, was this here at the end of the last stage? Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. All right.
You used the mermaid, though. You didn't use the...
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Time for a reminder token.
That's helpful. It should go like on the monster, right?
Put it wherever you need the reminder.
Okay. Everybody's waiting on me. I get it. I'm going to bless. End of the rainbow for the faith healer. It's going to make them healthy. They found medicine at the end of the rainbow. If you're looking for a faith healer, you want them to be healthy. And then there's the blessings here. We get one additional belief.
That's right.
And that was a cloud, which we'll send over to the desert. I'm not going to play another act, but I am going to use this mermaid, and I'm going to bring over the smoke signaler. And I'll line them up in case you're interested in setting them up with a relationship, but I'm done with my turn.
The Monster Hunter. I was going to use the ghost to spook them, but they can't be spooked. They're a Monster Hunter. All right, here's what we do.
So I think my favorite plague was the toilet paper.
Toilet paper scroll.
I think that was the one that just had the most shock value for me. It was the first one. It's got this beautiful component in the middle, and just turning it into toilet paper was it's a big spit take moment. But I probably giggled the most at the gibberish one.
Someone ask what our favorite one was, or you just
just talking while you're thinking.
Oh, tricky. All right, we gotta get our hearts out. We gotta get some power. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. So spread some love. Good love, bad love, fisherman in the mask, faith healer and the smoke signaler. And you know what? We'll put crap love on them. Let's do this the other way. We'll put amazing love here. How about that? You like that, Kevin?
Oh. No, the mountains is scary, dangerous.
They're so happy together. Nothing could possibly go wrong. That's 3 power.
Don't share your confidence.
Now I own the dragon. The dragon is going to Oh, well, I still have a card I can play. Dragon's going to eat. While the dragon eats, then it goes to, fly goes there.
The dragon's not much of an eater. They're more of a burner.
That's fine. That's fine, everybody. I mean, don't worry. Dragon's going to eat, burn. Burn that hut. Moves the capital moves wherever there are more huts, so it moves into the mountains.
What is going on?
Everything's going great for you, Kevin.
There's something in the mountains that I don't like.
That's amazing. I'm proud of you. I'm happy. And then I'm going to I'm gonna stop there. Your turn.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know what's going on, but I'm nervous, and I'm just gonna use the mermaid to feed on the smoke signaler. Just whatever it is that's happening needs to happen at a smaller degree. And now, with my axe, I am going to curse this monster hunter with the personal rain cloud, and that's going to make this monster hunter very saggy indeed. If you ever tried to hunt monsters in the rain, you get very saggy. And then I'll get a glory for that. I think I forgot to get a glory the last time I played a personal rain cloud. Okay. And now I'm going to stop them. Your turn. Anthony's in. He likes the monsters.
He does like monsters. Okay. I'm gonna spend a power to tempt the monster hunter.
Whoa.
To here.
Oh. Hunting mermaids now. Gave up on ghosts, huh?
Yeah.
Still saggy, though. Mermaids are wet, too.
Jeez. It's a family show. And then I like the monster hunter. It's fun because they can't be affected by anything that the monsters do. I think this is the first time we're playing with the monster hunter in a full game, and it's great because they basically they're immune. It's cool. It's thematic. It's fun. It's being like they can't. The mermaid has no power over them. Well, actually, that's not true. The mermaid could tempt the monster hunter in.
But then couldn't feed. Yep.
But then couldn't feed. Monster hunter cannot be killed by monsters. That's pretty good. I like it. You can't be spooked by no ghost. They ain't afraid of no ghost. This is great. It's like Frank says it's cool to see how much the creatures add to the gameplay. Yeah, they do. They're simple enough to add, and they give you a lot more options, but they don't overwhelm. But again, they're not strictly necessary, so it didn't feel like a base game thing. I wouldn't want to have them in on your first game just because it's kind of a lot to think about. I need to maximize these two. This is why like my brain is brain. I have to figure out how to make this work. I think I can do it.
Just keeps shoving stuff into the mountains.
Mm. I will banish Zealot. Get my heart back.
That
Go find
relationship with the
true
saint.
love in the
That was
desert.
definitely never going to work with the saint.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they had a crappy relationship to begin with.
We all saw it.
You could do better than that, girl.
Girl.
Okay, your turn.
All right. Cool. The monster hunter's in the way. Should I poke the zealot? Get rid of that monster hunter? Could. I could. I think I'm going to. All right. I'm going to create the water finder in the desert. Stormborn.
An island.
Or island, sorry, yeah. An island storm. Gain a glory for that. I'm going to push the cloud to the forest. Then I'm going to play favorable trade winds into the forest. Is that final art?
Yeah.
And then the favorable trade winds is going to let me swap 1 to 2 mortals here with other mortals, each from different land. So I'm going to swap the saint and the monster hunter. And should I keep going? I think I will keep going. And then, can I do that? 1 to 2 mortals here. Yeah. Can I switch? I can do this, right? So now I can swap the monster hunter with the fisherman. Your heart back. And those were favorable trade wins. I am going to go ahead and then use the ghost to spook the zealot. The zealot is hated. He's done a lot of smiting this game. Not everybody likes that. And now that he's spooked.
He's been haunted. He isn't spooking,
Yeah.
he's haunting.
Oh, excuse me. They haunted him.
Anything would be haunted by this horrifying apparition. All right. You're done?
I'm done.
All right.
Oh, no, sorry. I am done, but I haven't actually dispersed my clouds. That was my final.
Yeah,
that was my final thing. Comes back. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Now I'm done.
Okay. Medicine woman. Okay. we put out some hearts. Sorry, here. We put out, we're going to spread some love. Saint of the Faith Healer. I feel like they were a thing before. Is this like a reunion?
Yeah, the saint went off to the forest, coupled up with the zealot.
Yeah. That's them. Oh, shoot. I don't have another couple. I need all of my couples. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need them all. Let's just do 2. That's fine. 2 power. And then you don't deserve love. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Return all hearts to my player board and +2 belief for each. That's 2, 4.
It's an angry love god.
Wait, did I do this in the wrong order? I did. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. All right.
Shots fired.
Using a monster at all? You haven't touched monsters, right?
Wait, I haven't done any monsters. For the longest time, I've been tied with you in all these lands, and I couldn't use any of these monsters.
Yeah.
So
I used a mermaid right now.
Tempt. Waterfinder. What do we have? I'll tempt the mathematician.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, say, can you?
Well, how would you have 2 acts left? One of them's mighty. Okay. We have some problems. Man. My clouds are stuck at these mountains. Okay.
Ruta Marat says,
Amen, brother.
I'm really liking the poems that people are leaving at the moment. I'm finding the
poems have been fun.
Extremely funny. I don't know if you noticed, Kevin, but Pieter, I think is his name, who's a Dutch tabletop geek, has only been writing poems that rhyme.
Uh-oh.
That's not going to
God of Board Game Upgrades isn't going to like that.
I don't get it. Do people want upgrades or not? Do they want downgrades? Do they want to be punished?
All right. Here's my plan.
What you got?
I am going to create Immortal. I'm going to create the Medicine Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Nope. Nope. I'm going to create... the top deck.
Oh.
The Storyteller. Perfect. God, that couldn't have been a better flip.
Really good stuff. Oh.
And now I'm going to use the Angel to poke the Storyteller.
Yeah.
Gonna move this whole act over here.
My God. This is going to backfire terribly on you. You can't take this back.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That's amazing. And then I'm going to I'll stop there and just count my blessings.
Don't stop there. Oh, this is tense. This is tense. Okay. Here's what we're doing. Compose yourself, Mel. First, we're spreading love. Waterfinder and Monster Hunter. I mean, I have nothing wrong with Saggy, but Waterfinder is just a little bit too picky. So they don't have the best relationship, unfortunately. That'll get me a power. Storyteller and Fisherman. Guess they love each other a lot. What are you gonna say? They're happy. And should I stop there? Oh, maybe I shouldn't put this one out, actually. I'm not going to risk it because things are about to get a little crazy. Okay, so that's just going to be the one, just a bad relationship, no good relationships. They don't deserve love. Then I'm going to spend a power. I'm going to play those two are just the worst. And that's these two, the Monster Hunter and the Waterfinder. They're the worst. Everybody hates them. Choose a pair of mortals with a heart here. Gain 1 glory for each red star on them, including the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a bad way. More points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as my final act, I'm going to use the angel to poke the storyteller to bring your act over here.
I don't know why I didn't see it coming. I just did the exact same thing.
That's why I said you could take it back.
Oh man.
Prophecy is true. The desert sucks, but it doesn't suck as much as the islands. So that's another 5 points from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My God.
I go out here. That's 2. Oh.
All right. I don't know why I was so surprised by that. Oh man.
The angel told the story. You know what? It's appropriate too, because wasn't this the end of the rainbow? Wasn't this humbling? Didn't you bless someone with humility?
Yes.
Have a slice of your own humble pie. Now, this is where you turn it all around.
Yes.
Suck me
so
right in the groin.
I could choose to win the forest, but I think I'm gonna choose to win the
mountains.
Ooh, let's see. So it's 5 to 6 right now over there. Probably. I mean, the mountains is just so valuable at the moment. It's gonna be tough. I'm going for the mountains. I'm gonna send a fertile shower down to the mountains.
Frank asked, does the love god gain power in putting out hearts or returning them? They get power for putting them out. So that's why the love god needs to break up relationships as much as create them, because they need to get the hearts back to churn more power. Oh, and Anthony asked, and all the times we played with each other, who's won the most? I'm pretty sure Kevin has won more than me.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, emotion aside, I think I win the majority of the time, because we've had conversations about how this game's going to be fun whether you win or lose, because
I lose more. I'm determined to put out a fun game.
Speaking of, I think I'm going to win. I'm going to create this medicine woman. I think that'll do the trick. The mountains is more valuable than the desert. We finally aligned there. So that's worth. Did you give yourself 5 glory, by the way, for your prophecy? We did. Okay. Yeah. So I think I've gotcha.
Let's
But
see.
let's find out. With the mountain
Okay.
festival first. That's all you. Enjoy your mountain festival with a dragon and a monster hunter and a water finder and a toxic relationship.
Island Festival, that's to you, sir. And that I win with no points. I don't even need them. Don't need points. Who needs them? I get 2 points for the
Oh, that's you. Sorry.
forest. It's to me. Give me that skull. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for the mountains. Well done. Well done.
And
And you
some
get
gems. And
all right. See what offerings. I didn't keep enough skulls from you, I think. So I get 4 points for 3, 4. You get 4 for bloodthirsty. And I got mostly ones. It was a bad pick for me. Mostly single 5, 6, 7.
So
not almost. You did pretty well. Well done. Another one up for Kevin, who didn't see this coming. Well done, well done. God of Storms becomes almighty. And that is 2-player almighty with monsters and maniacs at 2-player. And with the expansion, it's really, really fun playing with everybody. And now I'm going to lie awake in bed. It's nighttime here. I'm going to lie awake in bed and think of all the wrong moves I made. But that was really fun. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you. So as a reminder, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to have a Reddit AMA, Ask Me Anything. And then Thursday, we're going to do a cooperative game with my brother Killian. And then Friday, we're going to do an art stream, draw some stuff. So nice to see you, Anthony. Frank, thanks a lot. Detonator. Rucha Marate. I think I did worse that time. Sam. Marcus.
Sam, that one's easy.
Adios.